Eleanor from The Sound Review, and welcome to Behind the Sound, a series where I talk to musicians and bands about their current work, their future projects, and have a good old chat about things. In this episode, I got to talk to the fantastic Nebula Sun, whose music I've actually been listening to for a good few years now. I got to talk to them about their new album, Breathe Into Form, which I'm a huge fan of already, what it was like to work on this album for so long, and what's in store next for them. I will pre-warn my camera stopped recording during this interview, so whenever I'm speaking, it's probably just a picture of me doing this. I had an amazing time talking to Nebula Sun. It's a band I've respected for so long, and it was really nice to chat to them. So without further ado, let's get into this interview.
I haven't heard of the Lambrini Girls, but it sounds like they should do a gig with the Viagra Boys.
Yes, you know what? I would love that. Oh, perfect. Well, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've been listening to your guys' stuff for probably about a good year and a half. From like Green Man.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I actually put your music on as like something to concentrate to, like when I'm doing my work. Like that's always what I go to listen to. So it's like an absolute honor to have you guys here. Do you want to, before we start, kind of do a little introduction about yourself? Let us know who you guys are.
My name's David, and I'm born and bred in Suffolk, and been playing music since I was sort of 8 or 9, saxophone since I was 11, and I trained to be a scientist, and then I became a gardener, and then I sort of realised that actually I just want to play music, so that's kind of what's happened after all of enjoying kind of living in the area where I grew up still, really, and in the countryside most of the time. It's quite a nice life with these guys.
I'm Azzy. I play drums in the band. I hit things with sticks a lot, and grew up in the area, in the Suffolk area. This where me and Dave are now. I grew up around here, so quite rural. Moved to Norwich in 2017 and sort of started pushing Nebula Sun, further and further, and we met Rob when we sort of moved to Norwich, and sort of been going from there.
Fantastic.
I'm Rob. I'm from Norwich, and I play sax, flute, clarinet, bass clarinet, and I studied music in London and ended up back in Norwich, and then I met these guys and ended up joining the band, and that's it.
The rest is history.
Somehow, before someone else snatched him up, we managed to bag him.
Well, I think some other people have bagged him as well.
Yeah,
it's a bit of
a multi-bagged.
Well, you've already kind of answered my first question about kind of the origins. How did you all meet and come together to make music together?
Me and Tommy are brothers, so the guitarist singer is my brother. We've been playing music for a long time, well, since we were kids, really, and we basically always had this sort of desire to evolve it and like create a band, and it was about 2014 where we met Dave and sort of decided that some sax would be good, and see where it went. We met up with the bassist that he's not playing with us anymore. Alex was our old bassist,
yeah.
And so we were playing as a 4-piece for a while, and we were called Kink I Wonder. And for a few years we were playing with sort of that setup, and then in 2017 we sort of all moved to the Norwich area, and we met our current bassist Paul, and he sort of just fit in right away, and then we met at some point. Was it like 2018 we met you, Rob?
I think
friends organised jam sessions in Norwich, which we all like to go to, just at different pubs in the
2017,
city. And
2018.
us and our friends would come together and just, just make weird noises, and it'd just be you can do whatever you want kind of situation, and it would be a good place to meet people. And I think that's where we met Rob, and he was just sort of shredding some crazy licks all the time, and we were like, well, we want to ask him. But it's nice how things come together really organically over time. And it was such a random place when I met Tommy and Azzy right in 2014. I was doing some stuff at an allotment, a community allotment in Lowestoft, and my friend Guy, who had the allotment, he was into reggae, and he was putting on a reggae night at a really grotty pub in Norwich, to be honest. And I'd just gone and played a bit of sax over some tunes, and as I was leaving the pub, that's when I bumped into Tommy, and and then he told me about the band. But it was just one of those just fleeting moments, passing someone, getting into a conversation, just about managing to exchange numbers. And then, to be honest, I tried to contact Tommy a few times after that to see about having a jam, and he didn't really answer. So it almost didn't happen.
It's always like right time, right place, isn't it? A lot of bands I've spoken to have said that. Like, so by the time this video will be up, your brand new album, Breathe Into Form, will have been released, which is very exciting. How does it feel to get your debut album out there for the world to hear?
It's pretty good. It's been a long time coming. It's been over 10 years together now. So, yeah, I don't know what's taken us so long, basically. But it's been I think our music's just been evolving so much. And when we first started with Kinkai Wonder, it sort of was very different back then. Probably more along the Afrobeat, like jazzy stuff. And it's sort of been progressively evolving to this point now, 10 years later, and it feels right. Like the music's sort of in a place where it's like, okay, this is a nice sort of body of work, let's put it out. And
it's a really big undertaking to make an album, and we would do recording in the past, and just it's expensive to rent a studio or whatever, and we'd always just about have resources to like maybe record one track, and then it would always feel a bit rushed and hectic, and we were like, I'm not sure whether we were happy with the results, so we never felt quite confident to like fully record all of our songs, which is sad in a way because there's so many songs which we wrote that are just lost in the ether now. But I think we just wanted to make sure that we created the right environment and space for us so we could feel relaxed and comfortable to do a full album project, and I think our quality control standards were quite high. We weren't sort of quite up for just like hiring a space for a few days and like trying to like knock out 10 songs in like 2 a day or something, like some punkier bands might do. But
we really wanted to shape it, kind of just make sure we had enough time to really kind of get the tracks to where we wanted them to be.
Yeah, amazing. So I have a personal favourite from the album. I really enjoyed listening to it. I was sat on the train on my way to work. I was like, this is just what I need to set my day off. I really love Sonar. Like that was probably my favourite from the list. Do you guys have a favourite?
Sonar is a fan favourite.
Oh, really?
Like everyone loves chanting.
Oh yeah, who doesn't love chanting?
yeah, that's definitely a fan favourite. I love Oceans. I really like Oceans. I think there's something about it that kind of like speaks to sort of my inner child a little bit. Like it's sort of the sort of sound that I liked growing up, and it kind of sort of makes me feel sort of warm and fuzzy inside.
I think whatever our new song is at the time is quite often our favourite, just like the latest thing we've written.
Yeah, it's fresh in the
Yeah.
mind.
'Cause we write quite
I
slowly
mean,
as well, so it takes us a
Yeah.
while to get a new song into the set. It can take us a few months
Yeah.
to fully write a song.
We are slow. We are
Mm.
snail.
He-
Yeah.
We're just a slow band. Just the slowest band.
Slow band.
Yeah, maybe it's because we're from Norfolk and Suffolk.
I mean, like, you want to take your time with these things. I mean, it's paid off because it's a fantastic album. Like, and I can't wait for other people to be able to hear it as well. I was telling my dad is a big fan of this kind of style of music. I was telling him, I was like, I can't wait for you to hear it. It's going to be great. It's going to be on all your chill playlists and all this. So I'm very excited for that. So what did you find that was different about recording an album from recording an E EP?
I mean, it was like to me, it was like seeing it as a kind of a story, one contained kind of. It's sort of like a snapshot of us in that time, and it's nice to have that and sort of. Yeah, the EP was sort of like, those were a few songs we had that we sort of threw together. This sort of felt more like we're creating a journey. And so it all had to sound very kind of like cohesive, song track to track, and kind of linking it together, and there's a lot more thought that goes into it for me.
I think there's more opportunity to explore more aspects of ourselves within an album. The EP is nice. The tracks are more similar to each other, I think, on that EP. Whereas on the album, I think we go into more different genres and sounds. There's some of which are just like reflections, just it's pure instrumental. So I think there's a bit more opportunity to explore, more variety of sounds and to sort of wig out a bit more. But also the EP was we only had like a week, didn't we, to record that? So we would just dedicate a bit more time to this this project.
A lot more time.
But
yeah, we spent about a year recording this, so on and off.
Wow.
It wasn't solid, but yeah, it was a lot of time.
But both the EP and this album are quite DIY vibes in terms of the way it was put together. Like on the EP, we recorded that in a homemade studio of a friend from another band in Lowestoft. They're a band called the Fool's Moon, and I really love their music. It's quite 70s prog, quite sort of nice songwriting, like proper songs, nice melodies, nice harmonies. But yeah, he basically let us record our EP for free in his back garden studio that he made.
Wow.
So that
is good.
That was really nice. And it's got a bit. It sounds like The Room, that EP, which is kind of it's kind of nice. But for the album, we actually, a few of us were living together as a community on this piece of land in Norfolk, just west of Norwich, and there was a big barn, and we had the opportunity to basically convert that barn into a recording studio.
Yeah, I mean, that was my next question was going to be, I read in your press release that it was recorded in like a self-built studio. You say 3 of you lived there, or?
Yeah, it was a bit of land that me, Dave, and Tommy, our singer, lived on with some friends, and that was one of the main big goals, was to create a space where we could make music and just have a space for everything, really.
Lots of other things happened in there. We had lots of different types of jams and just fun times with friends and parties, and making comedy albums as well, comedy songs.
And lots of fun recording time.
Lots of weird jams with xylophones and dulcimer singing bowls.
Yeah.
Did you find that like that kind of closeness to each other, and then obviously sharing that space with doing other things as well, kind of leaked into the album a little bit?
Yeah, well, we're all very close, with, sort of the band's sort of like we're a bit of a family, we've been sort of together for a while, and we're very comfortable with each other and making music, and it just feels like a natural thing to do with these guys.
Yeah. That's lovely though, like, and I'm sure you can tell like when you're performing and stuff how close you guys are. That's lovely. So there is, throughout the album, there's like a running theme of like self-discovery and like learning to appreciate yourself. Does this stem from like any personal experiences, or is this kind of like the Nebula Sun way of life?
We need Tommy to answer this. He writes the lyrics.
Tommy's, yeah, he likes to explore those kind of themes, I think, in his music a lot, as part of Nebula Sun and as part of his solo singer-songwriter material that he does. It's quite introspective, I think.
That's lovely. I mean, it matches the music perfectly as well. Like, and you really sit and listen to some of the lyrics. It all like it makes sense that they go together. They go together really well. There are many stylistic influences. You've got like a bit of jazz, progressive, soul, a bit of grunge, alongside many more across the album. Are there any like particular artists or styles that have inspired Breathe Into Form?
We had a couple of reference tracks that we sent to our mixing engineer that we were really into. One of them was this guy called Modu Mokhtar, who is like what country is it? I can't remember. It's like West African.
I can't remember that. I love his music as well.
It's like Jimi Hendrix, and we just love that open sound, but with like the African sort of scale. We love that sound and that vibe, and also Electric Jalaba we were quite into, and that those kind of dry drum sounds.
Yeah.
And Waldo's Gift are quite a big influence on some of the music in the album. Like, I think songs like Reflections, which Azzy composed, was drawing on like the fact that we were listening to bands like Waldo's Gift from Bristol at the time.
Yeah, it's hard to say because it's a sort of a culmination of different influences, and you're not always aware of where those influences are coming from. They just sort of, it could just be our sort of rockier, grungier stuff is sort of like all what we sort of grew up with, and Rob's just always brought us this sort of sweet jazzy like and it all just sort of somehow forms, and it's not always like conscious of like where it's coming from. It's
we're definitely not writing to a blueprint of any description. It's just like what arises naturally and what we think sounds good in the moment. Like, for example, the horn lines for Radio Child, I don't know, they've almost got a bit of an Eastern European sound to them, and I don't know where that came from. It's just
Yeah, we normally just jam together, and what comes out, and then we just refine it.
Yeah. And I suppose you'll influence yourself along the way. You'll kind of learn from each other and yourself, like different styles.
Yeah, we influence each other a lot, for sure.
Yeah, because you can hear throughout it like all the different styles of music, and I suppose that comes from each member of the band as well.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Yeah. Is there anything you want people to take away from listening to Breathe Into Form?
I guess, take people on a bit of a journey. Maybe sort of have some moments which maybe are a little bit challenging, or in terms of like introducing people to new things, new sounds, new ideas, but ultimately making people leave people feeling good and happy and like nourished in some way, I'd say.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, I would agree. There's definitely some like dark moments on the album, some like sort of deeper, darker tones, and sort of some the lyrics are also sort of introspective and kind of gets you thinking and kind of puts you into a zone. But ultimately, I feel like the general hue of the album is like positive.
Yeah.
And I hope that it leaves people feeling good and positive.
That's good. That's fantastic. So
Rob might not agree though. He likes filling people with dread and fear.
Yeah, that's why I play like I do. There's a little bit of dread there.
You've always got to have a little bit, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
We're all
It's a
secretly
treat.
terrified.
So you've been connected to the legendary Chai Wallers for a few years now. What's been your experience playing amongst all these fantastic artists?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, Chai Wallers have been just like super accommodating and really helpful. We've got Josh, who sort of does some work for Chai Wallers, and he's running Diplomats of Sound. He's been helping us with the promotion for the album. He's been really great. The Chai Wallers is so good. They've got the best stage and they've got all the best music, and it's just been really great to be a part of that.
They're a really welcoming, warm-hearted crew, and they make you feel special. And like they're so enthusiastic about all of the music they have on that stage. It really creates a great atmosphere. And Azzy and me and Tommy all remember going to Chai Wallers stages, like at festivals, like.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I remember seeing Chai Wallers in like 2007 or 2008, like in the earlier noughties, and being quite blown away by the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
And, we felt really excited to be able to be brought into that for a while. Yeah.
A big thing for me, and like it was I think it was 2013 summer. That summer I was at Shambhala. Me and Tommy were at Shambhala, and we were watching bands on at Chai Wallers there, and just thinking, this is just amazing. Like, be cool to play on this stage one day, you know. And then 10 years later, we're playing Nebula Sun and playing Shambhala on Chai Wallers.
Yeah.
And that was the last year they were there.
Oh,
So
no
literally
way.
the last opportunity we could have even done it, and it was such an amazing gig.
That was probably our best ever gig. That one.
One of our
Really?
best.
It's like fate.
Yeah. A whole cycle, 10-year cycle, and it was sort of like it was meant to happen.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
They have such great bands as well, and like bands like Quarto Alto, who we were playing alongside like last year.
Love Quarto Alto.
They've really blown up, this year. And TC and the Groove Family, we were at Green Man, really brilliant.
Yeah.
It's such class, really.
I always find myself pitched up there, like, I was like, oh, I'll just bob in, and then I'm there for like 3 hours. It's like, oh, what have I done? It's just fantastic. Like, every time we go, it's just like the best things ever. So what's next for you guys in like the near future?
Just want to get
Album 2. Yeah, we've pretty much getting towards the point where we've written the next album.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, start recording it really.
safety.
Probably got to build another somewhere though.
Amazing.
Hopefully we'll do a tour. We haven't actually got a proper tour booked yet, but that's in the pipeline. Once we've built up a bit of momentum with we're hoping to get a good few dates down to take it out.
Fantastic. So are you with Triwallers this year, or?
We're not doing Chai Waller's dates this year, no. We did this sort of like 2 years in a row, and then sort of, yeah. It's actually for gigs, it's been a little bit of an off year just because we've been focusing on this album.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, so much admin.
So much admin.
To
Yeah,
be
we
expected.
didn't like sort of get around to like pushing the gig thing, but yeah, we've got a few nice ones, and yeah, having the album is going to be really, really good.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Vinyl in my hand, I can't wait. It's going to be, that's the dream.
Yeah. Is there kind of like a big goal that you guys have in mind, like maybe like a dream venue to play, or like a big project you're all wanting to do?
Yeah, I'd quite like to play overseas. I think that would be fun. Keep hearing that lots of people in Belgium are into the kind of music we play. It'd be quite nice about that.
Yeah,
Poland is good.
yeah. We're popular in Warsaw as
Eastern
well,
Europe.
apparently.
Yeah,
I mean, that's great. I mean, I'd love to travel to go and see gigs as well. Like, I've only ever really stayed in the UK. The furthest I've been, I think, is Halifax, which isn't actually that far.
It'd be nice to have a good slot on at Glastonbury one year.
Yeah,
Yes.
On a good stage at Glastonbury, that'd be nice.
I've never been to Glastonbury. That's probably one of my big goals, is to go to Glastonbury. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
But
Me neither.
really, yeah.
is such. You've got to be ready for to expend a lot of energy, but it's great. It's good fun.
Well, hopefully, if you end up there, I'll also end up there as well.
We'll get you a free ticket.
Yeah.
I wish. Well, that's all my questions. Thank you for answering them so openly. I don't know if you want to do a little self promo for your new album. It's up to you.
Yeah, I've got CDs here actually.
Oh,
Hey.
So, yeah,
out
this
on
is the CD.
21st.
Ooh.
If anyone wants to buy one, you can pre-order it. There's also vinyl, but we don't have that yet.
But you can pre-order
Still
it.
doing
So.
stuff. But we have heard the test pressing and it sounds great. So yeah, that's that. And if you buy the album, then that'll help us afford to make another one.
That's a perfect promo. So you came prepared. I love it. Oh, that's fantastic. Do you guys want to add anything before we wrap this up? I think we've got a few minutes left.
Oh no, just thanks for taking the time to talk to us. And
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
been good.
Really lovely to feel some enthusiasm back from what we've done. Early stage where we haven't really shared it with that many people, and it's really nice to hear that you've been enjoying our band for a while and using this music for your studying, and your perspective about like the current content of the lyrics. It's nice to hear that back, because you sort of don't always have that overview perspective that, you know, when you're involved in something. So like when someone points out themes they've noticed, it feels really cool.
I'm glad I could be that person. Thank you so much for taking time out of your weekend to come and say hello. And I can't wait for this to come out. And yeah, good luck with everything that's coming. I'm sure I'll catch you guys playing again at some point.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Come and say hi, Dave said.
I definitely will. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I want to give a big thank you to Nebula Sun for joining me today. It was such an honour to speak to them. Check out their new album, Breathe Into Form. It's on all streaming services, and make sure to follow them on their socials. I'll link down below. You can follow me across everything. My socials are here. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!